Hello everybody, and today we are reviewing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Monster Arc. So I know it's not Halloween, it's Christmas, but we're reviewing this show once a week, so we're doing it as we usually do. So I didn't really watch these episodes after that, because after the Lone Rat and Cubs, it was hard to find Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But they were just airing the episodes on Nicktoons. I think I may have mentioned this, but yeah, these episodes I don't really remember too much. I don't know if it was my favorite arc of this, but it was nice that they explored like Tmnt and like monsters, like them going up against like Dracula, a mummy, and the main villain of this is Savanti Romero. He has returned. Last time we saw him, he was in season 3 of the show. So, but it opens on Halloween. It opens with April and Casey hanging out on Halloween. Everyone's trick-or-treating and stuff. But things take a turn when one of the civilians starts acting a little bit strange. But that's where they look possessed. And we even see a small glimpse of a vampire. What looks to be Dracula. And it causes April and Casey to run away, but unfortunately, Casey is bitten. But that's where the episode starts. And we even get like a new intro with the turtles and what they look like as monsters. So let's go over each of them. Mikey's a werewolf, Donnie's Frankenstein, Leo's a mummy, and Raph's a vampire. Raph, spoilers, he becomes a vampire later in the episodes. But it's actually very cool what they look like as like various monsters. They even did like a NECA toy line. I think my friend Little Blues reviewed them, where they did like, I think Mummy Leonardo or Donnie or Frankenstein Raphael. So yeah, if you have those toys, comment it below. But the episode starts where the turtles are hanging out on Halloween. They love Halloween, even according to April. They're watching Space Heroes, and there's a plot similar where one of the characters is possessed and Captain Ryan decides to kill his comrade, just like how he usually does. But the turtles are ready, and they're deciding what they want to go as. Raph wants to go as himself, since the turtles don't have to worry about being called freaks because people don't understand them. But when it's Halloween, they can just dress up as their usual selves, because people are just going to think it's a costume. But Donnie wants to dress up like, I think, a zombie wizard. I forget what Mikey wanted to dress like. Leo wants to dress up like Captain Ryan from one of the episodes of Space Heroes. So they got their Halloween ready, but it's interrupted by April, who is getting attacked by Casey. They first think it's a Halloween prank, but nope. Once they see Casey on the phone, they decide to make a move. They go out of the sewer. They do find April, but unfortunately, she is bitten as well. And she unfortunately turns into a vampire with glowing eyes. But the turtles look like they're being ambushed. But it isn't until Renette shows up, the return of her. And she knows why this is going on. Savanti Romero has escaped. Because last time we saw him, he was trapped in the dinosaur time, but because Renette was told to go check on him, but apparently he made tribe with the dinosaurs, and he was able to sneak one of Renette's secret time device, just in case she lost the scepter. But apparently the scepter is on low quality mode, so she has to get more juice for them to fully time travel, so she's got to be careful. But Savanti was apparently, during his journey, he was gathering other monster-themed characters, and that's where Dracula comes into place. But the turtles decide to go with Renette, but they go through the time vortex, but they were interrupted by Savanti. But once they go into the portal, it turns out they are in ancient Egypt. We even see the giant pyramid. Donnie's fascinated by it, but Raph's just annoyed by it. But they have to go through the various trials of the ancient Egypt. It gets me some Indiana Jones vibes when they have to step on a certain trap just so they can stop it, because they get attacked by these giant spike things. But they look at the pictures of the ancient Egypt. Mikey ends up pressing one that looks like letterhead, and they stop the spikes. But once they go to the mummy's tomb, that's where they accidentally open it, and that's where it's revealed to be the mummy. And we do see Savanti Romero, and he's basically going to recruit the mummy. And the turtles end up fighting the mummy, and I think they even went down a trap where they're attacked by multiple other mummies, and they end up slicing them, of course, since they're already kind of dead. But, yeah. Not too much happens at the end of this episode, but Mikey ends up having his moments with Renette as the other villains escape, and they're ready to make their next move. And the episode ends with Renette and the turtles going into the next time vortex. But, yeah. So that's this episode. It was kind of short, actually, to talk about it. But, this is definitely fun episode. So, yeah, like I said, I don't really remember too much of this. But it's nice to see the turtles are actually time traveling to different various events. Like, they're actually in the 15th century when they realize it. So it keeps things at their stake, because, like, Renette is trying to find a way to get her time travel device working, because she doesn't want to use too much of it. But, yeah, the usual time travel stuff happens. And the mummy's design actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, I like the idea that, like, Savanti wants to rule the Earth by gathering various monster-themed villains. Like, I think the next episode's where they do encounter Dracula, and that's where we see them in, like, these, like, prospector-looking outfits. So, yeah, that should be interesting. So, I'd probably give this episode probably just a low 7 out of 10. It was a nice start with, like, a Halloween-ish themed TMNT. The writers were probably just doing it because they thought, how would the turtles do well with the whole monster theme? And, yeah, these episodes came out literally after, I think, the Mutant Apocalypse arc. So, yeah. So, the next few episodes, we only got 6 episodes left. I can't believe we made it this far into the show. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and Turtle Power.